So you go out golfing and you break 90. You're all fired up. But then in your next round, you shoot 95. What changed? I'm Paul Jamison, and today I'm going to share with you the 5 hidden traps that's ruining your scores and the simple fixes. Let's get into it.
A big mistake that keeps a lot of folks from breaking 90 is you're on the fringe and you don't have a consistent game plan. So my rule of thumb when I'm on the fringe is I'm going to putt it pretty much every single time. The only time I wouldn't putt it is if there's like a sprinkler head here or some kind of like fungus or funky grass situation. But if everything looks smooth, I'm gonna putt it every time I'm on the fringe, because a bad putt is still gonna turn out better than a bad chip. Something I learned from Tiger Woods is his first read of the putt is he gets about halfway to the hole, because the ball's gonna be going its slowest towards the second half of the putt. So he'll look at it from here. I can see it goes a little left to right. He'll take a 360-degree view of the putt. So I'm noticing it's a little bit downhill and it's gonna go left to right. Here it comes. I missed that on the low side a little bit, but a little 2-foot tap in. So could you imagine if I would have tried chipping that? That wasn't a great putt. I missed it on the low side, but it's still not bad. It's a lot better than chipping it there. Yes, sir. So a lot of amateurs would have chipped that, and I'll show you what can happen. It feels like the more hero shot, the one to chip it, but it can really get away from you. There's a chip. Oh man, now it slid all the way past. So that was a bad chip. I could have performed my chip better than that. But my point is, a bad putt is typically going to have a better result than a bad chip. Sometimes when you're on the fringe, you get these little sprinkler system things. So if one of those is in the path of my ball, I'll chip it so I can chip it over these things. But if I don't have interference like that, when I'm on the fringe, I'm putting it. 1 week you break 90, you're all fired up, you get back to the course, and then you shoot 95. You're like, what happened? You probably started chasing birdies and got away from the good course management basics. So I want to introduce to you what I call the go zone versus the no-go zone. Now, the go zone's fun because we go for aggressive shots, but the no-go zone is what can really help our scores not have the blow-up holes. So here I have a short par 4. It's a slight dogleg right. There's out of bounds left. There's hazard all the way down the right side of the hole. I'm gonna call this tee shot here the no-go zone. So I'm gonna hit a 5-iron off of par 4. Maybe that doesn't pick up the chicks. Maybe that's not cool. I'm gonna be in play after this tee shot more than likely versus if I hit my driver. I'm gonna tee it up on the left side of the tee box. I know some of y'all are new to the channel, maybe you haven't picked up on that trick in the past, but when the hole goes to the right, just do the opposite. Tee it up on the left-hand side. So I'm gonna take my fairway finder 5-iron, aim to the fat part of the fairway, and play it smart here because I'm trying to break 90. And that is right down the middle in the fairway. And I'm likely gonna have a wedge or 9-iron from there. So not to pick on my cameraman Ray, I don't know what he was thinking, but he hit this tailor-made driver and he's either in the woods or he's out of bounds.
Someone's backyard, I think.
Someone's backyard, which is a white OB. So now he's gonna have to re-tee hitting 3. And I identified this hole because I'm trying to lower my scores. I don't want to have a blow-up hole like Ray. Sorry to pick on you, Ray.
That's all
so
right.
I called it a no-go zone, and I hit my 5-iron, and I'm in play, and I'm likely gonna get a bogey par birdie on this hole. I got about 120 yards in the middle of the fairway. This is a fun shot because if I hit it over the water there, it's gonna be a hero shot. I'll be putting for birdie. This is my 3rd shot, but it could very likely go in the water left of the hole or front of the hole. If I'm gonna break 90, the smart play would be to just kind of punch it up there, hit the next one on the green, 2-putt, take my medicine, take my bogey, and move on with no blow-up hole. But the peer pressure of who you're playing with, they're gonna be like, go for it, go for it, go for it. So I got about 220 here, over water. I got a 5-iron. This could be trouble. I hit it good, but I pulled it a little left. Splashy splash.
Splash.
So what I'm gonna do instead, I got a little 7-iron here, and you can really hit whatever your comfortable 100-yard shot is. I could honestly just hit like a wedge. But I'm gonna kind of do I got this little 100-yard chip shot thing I can do. Just advance it down the fairway, lay up, try to hit my next shot on the green, 2-putt and get my bogey. I pushed that a little right, but it's fine. So from there, I'll have about 100 yards in, a little less than 100 yards in. I can hit it on the green from there, 2-putt and get my bogey. Identify your go zones versus your no-go zones. And this is a definite no-go because so much could go wrong trying to go for the green from here. So 1 week you break 90, you're all fired up, and then you go out your next round and you shoot 95. And I'm gonna share with you why that happens, because a lot of times after we play well, we let our guard down a little bit, we don't play so well. So I'm gonna start off with what to do when we get to the golf course. And this is something I've studied a lot of different players, their pre-round routine, and it's something I'm personally trying to get better at. And I understand some folks, you get off work, you got to rush to the course so you can get your round in before dark, and maybe you don't have enough margin or time before your round. This point I want to make first is it's very important to start the round off on a good note. So I want to share with you what I've kind of collected from studying a lot of really good golfers of what the best pre-round routine is. I'm going to start on the range. And I'm going to throw my club out of my bag. And I'm going to have it hit this. Don't do that. Your first shot of the day should be a nice half chip shot. So you want to establish that contact rhythm and feel right out of the gate. So your first shot of the day, you're not going to swing as hard as you can with the driver. Take a nice little wedge, and just like that. And I made good contact with that, and I got my feel out for the day. But what a lot of high handicappers do is they'll just go for the next ball, and they'll just take their next swing, and then they'll go for the next ball, and then they'll reload, and they just keep hitting balls. If you ever go to a PGA Tour or live event, what the pros actually do is they actually take their realistic pre-shot routine that they're gonna do out on the course on the driving range. So my pre-shot routine is I kind of step up and I take a practice swing at like 80%, and then I step back here, and I'm gonna actually do this at the driving range. I'm gonna pick my target, which is that hole out there. So now I'm doing my realistic pre-shot routine that I'm gonna do out on the course on the driving range. I'm getting lined up at my target, and then I'm gonna rinse and repeat. And I'm not gonna just reload and smack it. I'm gonna go through that whole pre-shot routine. Now that was with a 52 degree. So I usually go up incrementally. Next, I'll probably pull out my pitching wedge. I'll hit a few shots like that, going through the whole pre-shot routine. Then I'll go to my 8-iron, then my 6-iron, then my 4-iron, then my hybrid, then my driver. After I'm kind of loose and getting into that feel, I'm gonna go work on my short game. Now we're out at the short game practice facility, and some of y'all ask where I play at. It's called Tampa Palms here in Tampa, Florida. And they have an awesome chipping center. They got a couple greens out here with bunkers. One thing that the pros track that I think is important that we track if we're trying to break 90 is our up and down percentage. So when we're out on the course, how often do we get the chip and the putt and the conversion of an up and down versus times that we make mistakes like double chipping where we chip it twice. I like to play competition things when I'm practicing because it makes me play better out on the course. So Ray's on the channel, we like to have these friendly competitions. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna give him 5 different looks at up and downs. So I'm gonna throw them out there and we're gonna give him the opportunity to do the chip and the putt and see what percentage of them he can get up and down. I know he's not that good in the sand. I'm gonna throw it right in the sand trap. See if we can get him bad lie.
I do need some sand work.
Okay, so there's gonna be shot number 1. We'll see if we can get up and down from there. I'll throw it down, see how it kind of goes on a little hill there. We'll get him right over the hill.
Okay.
Let's throw him under the tree in that nasty sand. Because when you're out on the course, everything's not gonna be perfect. Sometimes you're gonna be having bad lies.
Exactly.
Number 4, we'll throw him back there. My white balls stand out on this practice screen. See how long I can bowl it.
There you go.
All right, so get him in the rough.
Okay.
Bad lie.
Downhill line.
Tried my best because you don't want to just make everything perfect because that's not how it is when we're on the course. All right, Ray, so let's start with the sand shot. Let's see if he can get up and down from the sand bunker here. So again, we're going to see what his up and down percentage is. Then we're going to compare it to my up and down percentage. And I find it better to practice with, even if I'm not practicing with a friend, I can do this on my own. Nelly Corda, the LPGA superstar, this is how she practices. I believe before she leaves the practice facility, she'll make sure she gets 6 up and downs. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't talk trash. Threw a dart 3-footer for the Parmesan. Realistic up and downs like this, it'll make you a lot better player on the course. And then when you're out on the course, track your up and down percentage. Good job. Another stellar chip. Ooh, maybe not so stellar. These things are lightning fast. Now we got the 15-footer for the up and down. Got a chance. You gotta be kidding me. Those are my Pro V1s too. He's 2 for 2. This is by far the most difficult one yet. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. That's a very good shot. Well done, sir. You gotta be, ooh, no sir. So that would be 2 for 3, 67%. All right, this is his 4th attempt. Routine up and down for the pros from this distance, and he chunked it. See if he can get the miracle putt here. Never had a chance there. Okay, you're 2 for 4, batting 50%. Yeah, so this one I threw way back there into the rough. For sure the toughest one yet. He hit the wrong one. Never gave it a chance. All right, so that is 2 for 5, 50%. Coming up next, let's see if I can beat him. So here he goes. I get 5 shots wherever he puts me.
All right, I'm gonna give you a down. He'll lie over there.
All right.
Over here.
All right.
And I also have to give you a bunker shot.
I'm good out of the bunker. You don't need to throw it in there. He ain't buying my cigar yet. I'm not. I got to get. Oh man.
We'll give you something with a little more distance, maybe.
Oh man.
Something that requires a little touch. Give you something over in the mud, maybe.
All right.
A little soft lie.
All right, let's start with the bunker. These are all 5 difficult chips because there's not much green to work with here. But I get to pick which hole I want to go to. So I'm going to pick this one.
Sure.
I got a little bit more green to work with on that. If you're new to the channel, when I hit a bunker shot, I like to take a wide stance, like I'm hitting a driver. Have the ball kind of up in my stance a little bit. I like to hit about 2 inches behind the ball and splash that sand out. Like that.
Ooh.
Ah, checked up.
Yeah, it was spinny.
I had a lot of spin on it, but we got to putt here to try to get the up and down. Oh, I had a chance. Come on down.
Ooh.
Come on down. I pushed it a little right.
Nice. 1 for 2.
I'm going to give myself more green to work with, so I'm going to go for the one farther away.
Oh, that looks good.
Going.
That looks really
Oh,
good. Sit.
I forgot this, but I'll share it with you in case you ever play a new course. They just built this green a few weeks ago. So new greens are always very, very hard. It takes about a year for them to kind of connect with the earth and soften up. I forgot to calculate that on that chip, but this green's a lot harder than the greens out on the course.
Nope.
Fast. All right, I'm 1 for 3.
1 for 3.
Now this is a funky lie. So this is like mud here, and then this is mowing grass clippings. Oh, this might be casual water, sir.
All right, we'll move it to the nearest point of relief.
All right, much better lie. Fight, fight, fight. Man, these things are just, whoo, downhill, right to left.
Nice putt.
Ding, ding, come on, ding, let's go.
Is that 2 for 4?
2 for 4. We are tied up. I got 1 chance.
Okay.
Let's go.
We're gonna have to do a playoff, maybe.
Boom. All comes down to this. Ray's been beating me on these challenges, so I know that these things are rolling fast. So I'm gonna choose to go down there, Ray.
Okay. Furthest pin.
Farthest to the left. I've hit this green before, and the ball just slid down that hill. So all I gotta do is kind of land it on the front part of the green here and let it just run down there. It's gonna break a little left or right, I think.
You better get this up and down, because
This will be for the win. Otherwise, we're gonna go to a playoff. Chunky monkey. Playoff time, unless I can drain this bomb. Come on down, baby. I missed right back. Okay, so this is the playoff here. Again, I like to gamify practicing the short game. So we both pathetically went 2 for 5. That's why we're on YouTube, not the PGA Tour.
fair enough.
All right, Ray, you go first. So what we're gonna do for the playoff here is we're each gonna chip from the same spot. So we'll both chip and then we'll both putt. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Until we get a winner. So this is basically hole 1 of the playoff. Ooh wee. So Ray's gonna have a very difficult downhill putt for his up and down. Go.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Well,
Better than mine.
let's see if anyone can make a putt here.
Too much speed.
Okay, no up and down for you. It's like Seinfeld, no soup for you.
No. Oh!
Oh man, I thought I had that. Playoff hole 2. Let's just go right there. I'll let you go first again. Great touch. Have the old 5-footer
Yeah, maybe another foot.
for the
that would've
par.
been pretty good.
Good touch.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yep, baby.
I'm gonna have to make mine.
I'm gonna clean mine up first to put the pressure on you.
Okay. There you go.
Alrighty. I got the up and down.
All right.
Ray's been beating me in these competitions. Let's see if he can make a clutch putt. Oh, Mr. Clutch. Ice through his veins. The Dikembe Mutombo. The Dikembe Mutombo. What was that? What was that? You don't do that to me. All right, let's go back to this one. Woo, clutch putt. Playoff hole 3 here. After we both got clutch up and down coming down the hill, we're going to go back up the hill here. Spin.
Simmer.
Spin.
Ooh.
Woo-wee, that's going to be tough. Man, that got away from me. Ray's got all the momentum after draining that clutch 6-footer for the tie. Now a close chip here could put it away. Ooh, chunky monkey.
That wasn't chunky, but that was just shorter than.
Short. All right. Ray's uphill. I'm downhill. See if someone can make another clutch putt. Left it on the high side. So I got a chance for the win.
Low.
The whole time I was just thinking if I make it.
I know.
Little right to left. These greens are very hard because they're new. So out on the course, I would have checked up by now and been right next to the hole, but
They're real firm. Oh, that's pretty good.
go. All right.
I'm gonna have to make mine, I think.
You don't wave your finger at me. You don't wave your finger at me. Kind of similar to what he made earlier. Left to right.
Wow.
Left it on the low side. Give me a chance for the dub.
You made it.
Yes, sir. Woo! Let's go. That was a lot of fun, but my point is, a lot of times we break 90, or we whatever our scoring goal is. Then the next time we just willy-nilly, all arrogant, show up to the course. I used to do this. Show up to the course and just go to the first tee like I'm gonna shoot good again today because I did last time. No, we gotta stick to a pre-round routine. I like to get to the range, practice the way I would hit balls out on the course, get to the practice facility for chipping and putting, work on my short game a little bit, then head out to the first tee. Ray, good game?
Hey, yeah, it was good.
And I like that short game practice to have some kind of element of competition. Do the Nelly quarter plan where you just put 5 or 6 balls out and try to get them up and downs. Or if you have a friend like I have with Ray where we can play, back and forth like us, real life pressure like when you're out on the course. So that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Victory Royale. Why do you break 90 one week and then the next time you come out here, you're shooting 95? One of the reasons, at least for me, is I lose track of my tempo and I try to overswing. I just start feeling myself too much and I just start swinging harder. Lots can go wrong when we overswing. So for me, my tempo, if you watch the pros, they have these nice controlled swings. When you get guys that are shooting in the mid 90s and above, a lot of times they come out here and they're just like, Superman. You ever seen that? A lot can go wrong. So I'll show you a good smooth tempo swing here. This hole is very difficult. This is hole 16 at Tampa Palms. Hazard to the right, hazard to the left. So distance is not that important on this tee shot, but what is very important is accuracy. That is right down the middle. In play. So again, a lot of times when we're trying to break 90, if we stay in our lane and keep our good tempo, we're going to keep the ball in play. But if we try to overswing, a lot can go wrong. Ah, yeah. And I actually crushed that with a draw. I think it landed on the cart path. Woo-wee. So that was like a miracle shot. And now you think, I can do that every time. My friend, blow-up holes are waiting if you do those overswings. That overswing actually turned out decently, but you have to be careful not to overswing, but have nice controlled tempo. All right, we're here at the difficult 17th hole, Tampa Palms, Pro V1. And there's water in front of the green. I have a lot of Pro V1s in that water. Be the number. Be the number. This is flat.
What do you do when you lose a $5 Pro V1? You hit a bad shot. It's frustrating, especially when you're in a competition or something like that. And what a lot of golfers do who aren't breaking 90 is they get really hot tempered and they blow up this hole, but then the next 2 holes, they get so worked up. Now they just make dumb decisions for the next couple holes, especially if you're in the beginning of the round. So they have the blow up hole, and then the 2 holes after that aren't good either because they're still lingering on what a dumb mistake that was. So I like to call it the 90-second rule. I have about 90 seconds while I go ahead and I resand my divot here, and I drive up to the drop box area. So I got about 90 seconds to kind of let it out of my system. I personally try not to cuss and things of that nature, so I like to just kind of breathe, just exhale. And I'm gonna do what's called forgetting what is behind and pressing on towards what's ahead. And this is so important. This is what the professional golfers do. The next shot is the most important shot of the round. So I'm gonna leave that back there on the tee box. I'm gonna focus on this next shot. When we hit bad shots, they're gonna happen in a round more than likely. Move on to the next shot. Focus on that next shot being your best shot. I'm gonna get my yardage. I'm gonna go through my regular pre-shot routine here, and I'm forgetting what just happened, and I'm focused. Okay, this is 43-yard shot now. I definitely wanna make sure I hit it over the water. I have to carry it, at least 35 yards. So I'm doing all my math. I'm gonna do my pre-shot routine, take my nice little practice swing here. I'm dialed now. This is the most important shot of the day. I can't be worried about what happened in the past. I need to be focused on executing this shot, which is success for this shot is making sure I get it up over that water. Mission accomplished. I hit it over the water, and it went a little bit farther than I wanted it to, but I can still get an up and down from there. Ray and I got our practice in on the chipping green, so this up and down seems pretty easy. Now we're out on the real course, so these greens are a little bit softer out here. Hang on. Okay, another bad shot. This is a blow-up hole in the making. I don't have time to get mad now because I got that putt there. I got to get dialed in, put a good putt on this one. It was pretty straight. You had a good read on that.
I think maybe with a little more speed, that might have been a good putt.
So this was a very frustrating hole. This triple bogey here leads to double bogeys, quadruple bogeys, triple bogeys on the next hole because golfers get so mad they let it linger into the next hole. I can't do that. We have a nice little ride up to the next hole. I got to reset, and that's my most important shot of the day. So when it's downward spiraling like this, the way we stop it is we just focus on the next shot and trying to execute the next shot. It's embarrassing that I just got a triple bogey on YouTube. I got to focus on executing my next tee shot. So if we can get better and better of that, of recovering from these mishaps with focusing on executing the next shot, it's going to help us to break 90 more consistently. I hope today's video has helped you. I really appreciate you guys leaving comments of where you're watching from and how these videos are helping. I'm trying to get better at golf, and I'm just sharing with you what I'm working on from having a nice, consistent routine from when I get to the golf course. Shout out to my friend Felipe. These course management tips are what really moves the needle to get our scores back under 90. So thanks so much for watching. Ray, thanks for filming me. If you want to say goodbye.
Yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, subscribe, and catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.